A lot of people have a lot of mixed feelings about electric cars. And in the car world, a bunch of people love to hate on them. They say that they're no fun or they're just not right. But if you can't get behind a 1900 horsepower torque vectoring four-wheeled work of art that gets to 60 in under 2 seconds and tops out at 250 miles per, well then there's something wrong with you. Today, we're going bumper to bumper on the Pininfarina Battista! I am currently in the basement of a very expensive hotel in Geneva, Switzerland. Why, you might ask? Because sitting next to me is a car that doesn't debut till 8:30 p.m. tonight. We are literally hiding from the press down here. Some of you may have heard of Pininfarina. They're an automotive design company out of Italy, but even if you haven't heard of them, you've definitely seen or heard of the cars that they've designed. Ferrari 212, Ferrari 250 GT, Alfa Romeo Giulietta, Ferrari 365 GTC, Ferrari 456 GT, Ferrari P40, and the freaking Testarossa. Not only is Pininfarina responsible for literally shaping cars, but for shaping how the world thinks of them. They've designed more cars than I can list, but the Battista is a bold statement from the company because it won't bear the badge of some other auto pedigree. There's no prancing pony or red cross and a snake on this car. This car says Pininfarina. The Battista is named after the founder of the company, Battista Farina. He was a little guy, which earned him the Italian nickname Pinin, and that is where he got the name of his company, Pininfarina. But there's nothing little about the Battista. It is a bold, beautiful monster that promises to own the hypercar world. Looking at the long list of cars that the company has designed, you'll understand that they are the masters of sleek, and the Battista takes sleek to a whole new level. The design director, Luca Borgogna, said, "We wanted Battista to be very Italian, with sensual curves to give back a feeling of the cars of the 60s. The moment in time when Pininfarina really became iconic. The lines and colors evoke the spirit of historic Pininfarina cars like the legendary Ferrari Modillo concept, and a reminder that Pininfarina produces understated, elegant, and visually striking automobiles. Following this touch of blue will of course draw you to the beautiful blue Brembo brakes. Brembos, they're on everything. This 4,000-ish pound car gets to 190 miles an hour, faster than your car gets to 60. So effective braking is maybe more important than getting going. Brembo used Formula One technology to develop these special carbon ceramic brakes. Those Brembos sit beneath these stunning 21-inch alloy wheels designed exclusively for this car. They're somehow intricate and understated at the same time. They are beautiful. The spokes of this star are so thin and skillfully designed they almost look like they don't exist. These Pirelli P0 Trofeo tires are also designed exclusively for the Battista to offer the grip and traction a 1900 horsepower car demands. And speaking of getting the power through the wheels to the road, the Battista comes with multiple drive modes that will control the level of power and how it's distributed betwixt these four corners. This baby uses a massive lithium battery pack that was designed by the Croatian boutique electric hypercar company Rimac. The pack has special cylindrical cells as opposed to the traditional pouch cells widely used in EVs. Cylindrical cells have a higher density, good mechanical stability, and the ability to withstand higher internal pressure without deforming. That's what you need in a hypercar. The battery management system is co-developed by Rimac and Mahindra's Formula E racing team. This is cutting-edge race-to-road stuff. What wins on Sunday sells on Monday. I just hope you have $2.5 million starting price.
Excuse me,
That's before any options or anything. That's the base model, 2.5 million. Automobili Pininfarina will be using former F1 and Formula E driver Nick Heidfeld to fine-tune the Battista's dynamics over the next year before it's available to the public. In Formula E, you need a lot of performance with a defined range. You know how long the race is, but things are a little different on the road. To give the driver both good performance and range, the company adjusts the battery management system according to the driver modes. The Battista has an estimated range of about 300 miles and can charge to 80% capacity in 25 to 40 minutes. The car's targeted curb weight is about 4,400 libs. In a lot of gas cars, the weight of the engine has to be considered when designing the car. V8s weigh in around 500 pounds. The battery in this car tips the scale at almost 3 times that. But because they can spread it out, Pininfarina uses those 1,500 pounds to improve weight distribution and handling. The batteries are placed low to the ground and run along a central tunnel and behind the cockpit. This provides a super low center of gravity. This placement is so crucial to its handling that the Battista's dimensions and overall packaging have been designed around the battery. Does that sound familiar? That's what they did with the Mura. Built the motor, then they built the body around it. Because the battery is so heavy, Pininfarina uses as many lightweight components as they can. The Battista has a full carbon fiber monocoque, a carbon roof, a carbon battery pack housing, and rear carbon subframe. The only way there could be more carbon in this thing is if it were a friggin' diamond.
Diamond!
And it costs as much as a bunch of diamonds. Under the car, it's as smooth as my skinny little bald butt after a wax. No weird exhaust routing to worry about here. The streamlined undercarriage lets the air that gets underneath the Battista pass effortlessly to the tail, just like my butt, increasing downforce and decreasing drag. The interior is pure sex. It's sleek AF, everything's covered in leather. The cabin is a combination of high-tech and classical styling. CEO Michael Perschke said they didn't want the interiors to be too technical, and they tried to find a nice balance between design, functionality, and technology. I am one of the first people in the world to sit in this car. One huge complaint that EV trolls love to harp on is, oh, electric vehicles don't sound as good as them big old V8s, so what's even the point? I only drive cars for the sound. The point is mind-boggling performance, homie! And with new performance benchmarks comes a new performance sound. Company engineers tried to amplify the natural sound of an electric motor that grows with speed, and they even tuned the bodywork to use a combination of wind noise and airflow to complement the motor. They want you to hear the sound and think, holy crap, that's a Battista. So when can you get one? Well, first you have to apply. Not just anybody gets to drive this thing. 50 units each of the hypercar have been allocated for North America, Europe, and the Middle East/Asia. Pininfarina will be spending the next 15 to 18 months performing further tests, fine-tuning the vehicle dynamics, and completing all the validation required before the market launch in 2020. And Pininfarina says that the Battista is just the first of many electric cars from the iconic design studio turned manufacturer. Their next project, ooh, and I love to hear this, is an electric SUV. You know Big Bro loves a luxury SUV, and they hope it'll rival the Urus. Check out this episode where we go over the Urus. I am a big fan of it. Electric vehicles have arrived. This can be no more clear than when standing in front of the Battista. It's a pure performance car designed and assembled by the most iconic automotive design company ever. This is full circle stuff. If you still think an electric powertrain disqualifies a machine from being a hypercar, well, congratulations. You just played yourself. Big, big, big thanks, Pininfarina, for flying us out to Geneva. I feel fancy. To say I feel out of place is an understatement, but we're very grateful to have this experience and to see this amazing car at its debut. Follow me on Instagram at James Pumphrey. Follow Donut at Donut Media. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, let us know by clicking that like button down there. I think I'm gonna cry. I'm at the Geneva Auto Show for work. I love you. Thank you guys so much.